Big boy did it.
It
Looks like gin.
blend it like Beckham.
Oh, you guys got my Dakar Noir.
I think it's more annoyed with what I say.
Welcome to Curiosity Public.
I can still hear out of this one.
My name's Dutch.
My name is Jules.
Dylan.
And welcome to yet another episode of our Ultimate Spirits Competition, our quest to review every sipping spirit on the face of the planet and subject it to our crazy hard 100-point scoring system. And in this episode, we got a celebrity spirit, guys, our favorite thing to review. Haig Clubman by David Beckham.
Whatever.
Yeah, this guy,
Look,
man.
out of
King of Premier
out of the
League
three of
over
us, I think Dutch watches
I love soccer.
Bend it like Beckham.
he watches football all day.
I do. I love soccer.
Drinks
David Beckham.
Blood Oath. Drinks White Claw. Watches
Rare.
TMZ, and
I am the
follows
guy from
celebrities.
TMZ.
Yeah.
So David Beckham, one of the, I'd say one of the best dead ball players in all of soccer ever. Master of free kicks, can place a pinpoint pass across field in impeccable form. He is now just a celebrity though, with lots of tattoos and a whiskey. He's got a Haig Club. It looks like cologne.
Looks like a gin bottle.
It looks like cologne, dude. I don't know. Let's take a look at the bottle close up here. It's got a nice blue tint to it, as you can see there at the top where it's got a little bit taken out of it. I have opened it up, let it get some air in it. That's a Haig Club. Haig Est 1627 Clubman. I don't know what that means. Matured in bourbon casks, 40% alcohol, single grain Scotch whiskey. There's the back. It's just a sticker, so who cares? The front is just a sticker. But the bottle, I mean, it's got like this nice kind of detail on the side there. The top,
You know what that reminds me
kind
of?
of copper.
Yes, I know. Exactly.
VB.
Yeah. It is. Do we have it?
Another celebrity.
Dylan, go get glasses.
No. While you're doing that, go get the VB.
I'll go get it.
This is what happens when we try to run a show, and I come to set and there's nothing ready.
Yeah, because we are the guests. Oh, no, I'm sorry, not we. I am the guest.
What am I, chopped liver?
I think Jules is the star.
Jules is the star.
You are the technical support.
I'm just the editor.
And I come by when there are good drinks.
You've gone by?
But in this case, why do I have to be here for this? Why can't you guys do it live?
Why are you judging it before you've
You know
tried
what?
it?
You guys should do a live on this one so
Why
that I don't have to be
before you've
here.
had it? That's all I gotta say.
There's no age statement.
Doesn't mean it's bad. So you had Jules trek across town to get
Because
the Virginia Black
Look at this texture.
because it has texturing. Oh yeah, they're exactly the same, guys.
Totally.
Great
they
call.
both look like cologne bottles.
All right, I'm gonna get us poured.
Both ribbed.
After all that.
Yes.
That's about right.
Let's see how. You got any other info?
Yeah, so it's single grain, not single
How
malt.
did I not spill a single drop? I did a little bit.
You did.
So it's single grain, not single malt. So when it's single malt, it's usually means malted barley. When it's single grain, usually it involves like things like wheat or maize or corn or whatever. Being single grain, it doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, right? Because I think it's used in a lot of blends. Sometimes they release it on its own. We've had really good ones. There's some Japanese whiskeys that are just single grain. So
I got a more important question for you. Because it's celebrity released doesn't mean it's bad.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it's bad. I mean, I am as objective as you're going to get, right? What?
I don't think that's true.
I am delightful, humble Dylan, and I epitomize humility and objectivity.
All right, guys, we're going to get tasting and we're going to score this. And for members of Curiosity Private, you probably don't really care too much about celebrity whiskey, but we're going to be comparing Haig Club for a similarly priced Scotch that's readily available, which is the Johnny Walker Double Black. So both of these are around the, what do we say, about $30 to $40 price point.
Right.
I don't know, is Johnny Walker maybe a little more readily available? It took me a little bit of effort to actually.
This is hard to find.
Took me some effort to find it.
No.
I will say the marketing for this is as a mixer. But of course, we sip our spirits neat here at Curiosity Public. So let's get tasting, guys. Sniffing, smelling, tasting, scoring. Smells like cologne. All right, guys, we've had some time to taste. We've all scored it. We haven't discussed it. We haven't looked at each other's scores. We don't know what anybody else scored it. But we all have a score written down on our scorecards. We've gone through all 10 categories, and we're about to discuss it. But first, Jules is going to tell you in just about 10 seconds all about our scoring system.
So it's 100 points.
10 seconds are up.
10 categories. That include aroma, flavor, body, complexity, balance, finish, uniqueness, drinkability, aesthetics, and value. We do weigh flavor at 20 points, though. Aesthetics and value at 5 points, everything else at 10 points. And you can medal in a competition if you score 16 up and go bronze, silver, gold to diamond.
All right, guys, let's get our initial scores. Let me just start out by saying I was almost troubled by this in some ways. And I'll get into it when we start talking about it. But my initial score, 49.
Wow.
51.
Oh. 93.
39.
Reverse that, 39. So,
Okay, so we're not that far off.
yeah, I mean, look, this is the starting score. I could definitely be talked down.
Yeah, I mean, I hear what
Well
you're
said.
saying. I mean, the overwhelming thing to me is just like, I went up to the Star Trek replicator and said, single grain whiskey.
No. You know what I felt like? I felt like
Smooth.
somebody wanted to make something, and halfway through the process, they forgot about it and just stopped and then bottled it.
Yeah.
Like they were supposed to do something, but they didn't finish the product.
Yeah. But I will say, I mean, to its credit, there was no off-putting flavors.
Yeah.
That's
at
the
all.
thing. That's made
Which
it
is
really
what's
hard.
so hard for me.
Yeah.
Not at all.
And I kind of want to give it a little
Marks
more
for
for
that.
that.
And that's what I did. I did.
But I
really
I
did.
Me too.
I feel like it should almost be a perfect 50. It should almost be exactly middle of the road,
50, yeah.
because I think that's what it was going for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's get into it. Let's start with aroma, exactly middle of the road for me, 5.
Exactly 5.
I gave it
Exactly
a
5.
4.
Nothing off-putting.
No, but nothing
Under.
off-putting. I think,
Nothing
I think
off-putting,
that's
just-
unfair.
Yeah, I
nothing-
agree with you. It's a little soapy. That was the only thing that I
didn't get
understand
soap.
why you went down.
No, because I originally had 5, or I was thinking of a 5, and then I put a 4 because there was something that was weird that
It
felt
is weird.
like manufactured
Yeah.
too much. I think. And
No,
that's why
I think this is
below
But
average.
it's not bad.
No,
though.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It just felt like
you see it.
you know what? It
younger-
reminded me of like tequila, like the additive tequila stuff. That's
No,
why
it
it's like,
doesn't taste fake. It doesn't smell fake, and that's why I almost want to give
not
it
fake
points
necessarily,
for
but
that.
like just this weird manufacturing element to it.
They forgot to finish this thing. They forgot to finish the product.
Yeah.
It just kind of went. So what I wrote was this. I wrote grain. I wrote grain.
Fascinating.
Like that's
That's
they forgot
interesting.
to keep going. And so what I got was just grain. What I had, I was trying to give it the benefit of the doubt. I was trying to find something. There's no fruits, right? There's no like. There's no.
I would have given it
sugar.
middle of the road if there was an anchoring flavor. There was.
I understand where you're coming from. All right, well, let's move on to flavor. Again, I started middle of the road 10, and there was just
gave 10.
something for me to pump it up to 11. I started at
What?
a 10, and I did go to an 11. I do think that there's.
I gave it an 11 and I went up to 12.
I actually understand where you're coming from. What did you give it a 9, a 10?
I gave it a 10.
I understand all three of these scores, but to me, there are actually some flavors here.
Yes.
They're very faint,
yeah.
but there are flavors, and they're all pleasant. None of them are off-putting at all, and I feel like it deserves a point for that.
Agreed.
I feel like I can replicate this at home. You know why? The flavor. So I wrote down sugar, grain, water.
Yeah.
So it's basically what I would do is I would put in a pot, I would put some kind of grain, right? And I would put some sugar, boil it, let it cool off, filter it, and taste it and say, oh, it has a grainy, sugary flavor. That's what I got. Not a.
This is like it's like you know when you make tea with whatever you have around. It's like you made some tea and you just put a little bit of sugar in it with it's like a couple of pine needles.
I feel like one of those like survivor,
Yeah.
people out in the wilderness are like, I need to like boil some tea from like the pine leaves.
I had to give it a bump from middle because there was really nothing off-putting. The flavors that are present, even though they're very mild, they are good. They're pleasant and positive. So I had to give it something above middle of the road.
Yeah.
I didn't go down below 9 because it was not unpleasant, but there was nothing beyond.
Yeah, but neutral should be 10. It is pleasant.
It is neutral.
So it should be at 11 at least.
No.
You need to give it one more point.
For sugar grain water?
Yes.
All he asked for
I
was
don't think
like
so.
soap
I don't
water.
think so. I don't think so.
A little harsh.
You guys are insane. That's 12?
No, I understand the 12. There are 2 flavor components I pulled out.
Exactly.
Faint sugar and honey.
No,
What was
if I can boil water and get the same flavor, you're not getting extra points for that. Sorry.
Yeah, you're getting at least 1. All right, moving on to body. 5.
I give it a 5.
You know what? I was trying to find fault.
Me too.
It really does hit the palate just fine.
Yeah.
Not
Equal
impressive,
viscosity.
but not-
You know what I wrote? I wrote, this is kind of going back to Glenmorangie X. It's going back to like the Johnny Blondes.
Not as good as that, really, though, to me. This is way weaker. This is so thinned out compared to those, but it's very neutral. So I felt like I had to give it a very neutral score.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, complexity. I did knock it here 4.
I give it a 3.
There's just nothing else. Though. There's nothing here.
I was at a 4. I'm gonna go down to a 3
It
for
can't be
the
a 4.
sugar grain
It's
water.
just sugar.
Sugar grain water.
Come on.
Well, that's for
not
what
complex.
Dylan's saying. I would give it a 5. I'm just I don't even get the grain. I just get a
too.
little bit of sugar.
Just sugar.
But again, the reason I stuck very close to 5 is that they're pleasant.
Yeah.
And I feel like if I go negative, I have to go to unpleasant. And they're not unpleasant. There's just very few of them. And I think your 3 is misguided. I think you should stay at a 4, honestly, because they're not negative. Like the flavors that are present are not
complex. They're
bad
just not
at all.
enough,
and
though.
we've had spirits where there are bad flavors. That's where you should go
That has
negative.
nothing to do with being bad.
Yeah.
This is
It
this
does,
is
though.
There's not enough
complexity.
there.
I agree.
There's no bad
It's just
complexity.
sugar.
It's a
Dude, it's not a 3. Dylan, it's not a 3.
It's a 3.
I mean, you guys are both wrong. Let's move on to balance.
you'll get it for Christmas. It's all right.
I gave it a 4. Guys, remember. Balance, again, nothing to balance here, 4.
That's why I gave it a 3.
Wait. When you're saying 4, you mean you're getting to the point where it's not balanced at all.
Yeah,
Right.
it's not balanced.
It's almost a 5. It's like 4 to 5.
5 would be balanced.
5
I
would
gave
be-
it a 5 because it was not off-putting. Like whatever they had, 2-3 flavors.
Well, whatever. I took your
And-
point from body and gave it to balance.
But the problem was, they balanced some of it. It's just not good. It's not bad. It's just kind of really
all on one side.
neutral.
No, it's not even neutral.
Really
It's all
neutral.
on one side.
Okay, so for you feel like it's not balanced.
Yeah.
For me, it's just again,
the reason
if it takes 10 steps to make a whiskey, they went to step 5 and then they forgot.
I understand what you're saying. I agree, but with what little they had, it was still very heavily skewed to just the sweet stuff. Like, I didn't get the grain that you're getting.
Which
If I had
means
gotten a little more of that,
no
I
balance.
might agree with you that it was a little bit better balance, but there's one thing here and maybe a tiny little drizzle of something else, and to me, they weren't in the right ratios.
Yep.
So,
No
I
balance.
think, yeah.
fair enough. Let's move on to finish. 5.
5.
I gave it 5.
It hits the palate.
Yeah,
Completely
that's
neutral.
Medium length.
Medium, not even medium,
Not even
short.
medium,
I'd say
yeah,
short, but again, nothing unpleasant about it at all.
Not at all? Yeah.
All right, moving on to uniqueness. This is the definition of bland. I gave it a 3.
I gave it a 7.
I gave it a 1.
So I gave it 2 bonus points for the bottle and the man.
No, I gave
it 2 bonus points for the bottle and the man. That's what got me to a 3. Because I started where Dylan is at a
fair.
1. Because
I
on
started at
flavors,
5.
flavors, I'm with you, Dylan. It's a 1. It's a 1 on flavor. But I have to bring in the market.
No,
and
I'm
all
not
this
even.
stuff.
I'm not even taking the flavor. I give
me too.
uniqueness
This is all
because
for the man.
it's 0.5 for Bend It Like Beckham and
Blend
0.5
It Like Beckham?
for what is it
VB?
called?
The bottle?
The
bottle.
texture. Yeah.
Remember, this is uniqueness. Whether you like it or not,
You are going to see this on the shelf because look at this.
it's
design.
unique, right?
It looks like freaking cologne.
But you know what else is unique about this is that it's I have never had a paint by numbers whiskey like this before. Like, it is so generic that it's unique in that respect. Like, it really is.
That's why the
It's
baseline is
weird.
5 for it, and then you got to give it bonus points for everything else.
The baseline is 5, but it to me it suffered because
Copper top. Come on. Look at this. Look
I
at
know.
this
I'm tempted to
blue
go up to a 4.
Texture. Look at that.
I'll go up to a
Look
4.
at that writing.
I'll go up to a 4. You're right.
Clean.
This is.
Dylan's just being petty, I think.
Yeah,
is-
exactly.
Oh my gosh.
He's into foosball.
From a flavor
Headache
perspective, it's not unique,
No, it's
but
not.
it's not
But it's
negative.
not.
Like
Exactly.
you're almost borderline like this is horrible at a 1. Like that's
That's
really
not. It has nothing to do with horrible.
Yes, it
You're
does.
missing up stuff. Look, uniqueness is how unique is this bottle?
It's unique.
Okay,
unique.
the bottle
You're
is
going to
unique.
see it on the shelf.
that's at least 2 points for
That's
the bottle.
it. That is it. That's one. That's
Now,
it.
this flavor, I've actually never tasted this in a Scotch. Have you?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Yes,
well,
I
then
have.
you're just really special.
Yes, I have.
All right, guys, let's move on.
Yes,
to
he is.
Yeah, I went to a distillery and they didn't finish the whole
3 million
thing.
taste profiles.
Give it to
in
you.
his
That's
tongue.
unique. That is unique.
No, it's not.
You just described something very unique. You've never had a Scotch that tastes like this.
Never had. Unique.
There you go.
Not in
To
Dylan's
Dylan, that's a 1,
Not in
guys.
Dylan's
Just remember,
world.
this is what bias looks like.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
You know what? Dutch is trying to get you to buy it. Okay, so
Yeah, I gave it
Yeah,
a 4.
whatever.
Wait,
I'm
let me
just
check
trying
the
to be
dictionary. Hypocrite. Oh,
trying to be
Dylan.
honest.
right there.
We know he's just going to dig in. It's okay. Let's go on to drinkability. 7.
I give it a 6.
I
I,
gave it-
understand your 7 though.
You guys do?
Yeah, I do.
Wow. Okay. I gave the drinkability a 0.
I don't know what to say. Like, there's nothing off-putting about it. Like,
Exactly. There's nothing.
if I'm not paying attention and I'm sitting here watching us on TV, I could keep drinking this. There's nothing off-putting about it. If somebody kept filling my glass and handing it to me, I'd probably keep drinking it. Now,
Liar.
does that mean I would
Liar.
go buy it? No, that's not the question here.
If this was the house
question
pour,
is-
I'd gladly just keep taking it.
Exactly.
Come on.
Exactly.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I would not
guy.
drink this. I would not drink this. This is not a drinkable Scotch
Nope.
Okay.
because it's not a Scotch.
Doesn't matter. Is it drinkable? Yes. There's nothing off-putting. It doesn't hit your palate in any bad ways at all. It's easy to drink. Easy to drink? Yes. That's at least a 5.
Okay, I'll give that to you.
At least a 5.
I'll give you a 1.
Well, whatever. We got a 1.
We got a 1.
Right. One
victories.
because
We got a 1.
okay, I get it. Like there is a realm of possibility that Dutch would be drinking this with, you know, White Claw and watching TV.
And you know what? In a highball, easily.
You know, I would say Glenmorangie X is more drinkable than this.
Maybe, but I would say that's probably at least a 5.
Because it at least has other flavors that would be worthy of attention.
That's
this
flavor.
is insane.
You're talking about flavor. I'm talking
Why
about
would I
drinkability.
drink this though? I would drink vodka.
I know,
I would
but
just
that doesn't
drink
mean that this
vodka.
isn't drinkable.
Yeah, exactly.
It's still drinkable. There's nothing off-putting about it. We've had things that are laden with additives, and you've scored them higher than that.
Exactly.
And you would never reach for those. This is clean. It's crisp. It's not good necessarily, but it's not off-putting in
not
any way.
bad.
It's like water, which water is what? What did he say water was? 10?
Drinkability is 10.
Right. Okay. And this is really close to
I would
water
drink
to me.
water. I would drink water.
Yeah, but this is close to it. You have to admit it. It's closer than a
It's
1.
not. No, it's
No, you're
not.
pretty picky
no
about
way.
water. Though.
All right, you convinced me. You convinced me to stay at 1.
Fair enough. Let's move on to aesthetics. 4. I like the bottle.
4.
I gave it a 4.
It's
All right.
it's
I
a
gave
pretty
it a 4.
That's a
I gave it a
no-brainer.
4.
Yeah.
cool looking bottle.
Well
Doesn't
done
look
on
like
the
Scotch,
marketing. No, not
but
at
it's
all.
cool looking bottle.
Doesn't look like any spirit, dude. It looks like cologne.
Value 1.
I give it a 2,
I give it a 0.
and I'm tempted to give it a 1.
0.
I mean,
But
celebrity
it's
Scotch.
$35 celebrity. That's why I think I give it a bonus point.
Way.
It could have been.
Way.
Again, the only reason I give it a 1 is it's not off-putting, and it wasn't ridiculously overpriced.
Right.
Can I tell you why I gave it a 0?
No.
I don't think
It's
we
because
care.
for $35, I would just get a Glenmorangie 12-year
Obviously,
double.
but still,
Yes,
come on,
that's not the
dude.
question.
That's not the question. This does have some value,
What value?
not for you.
I don't know.
In the context of celebrity spirits, that's really the only reason I gave it a 1. I agree, Jules is way out of whack with the 2. I think that's a bit too much to give it.
I
out
can't.
of
I
whack.
cannot recommend this. I don't know.
Okay, 1 is not recommending it,
This
Dylan.
is not. This is not something you would buy for mixing either.
Maybe.
Why would I buy this to
Maybe.
mix?
Just put it on
The
the
same
shelf.
reason you
This
buy
is
Glenmorangie
insane.
to mix. It's a mixing Scotch.
And I also said that, right? I wouldn't buy a Glenmorangie X to mix. I would buy a Glenmorangie. If I'm going to buy a Glenmorangie, I'd buy a Glenmorangie 10-year.
That's because you got lots of money, dude.
No. What are you talking about? The price is equivocal.
Fine, I'll change mine to 1.
Okay. I agree with the 1. I mean, I understand the 0, but I think it's probably like a 0.5.
Yeah, probably.
All right, guys, let's get our final tally for Haig Club.
Haig.
I ended up at a 50.
50.
39.
Which gives us our official score for Haig Club, David Beckham's official Scotch whiskey. It's a poop. 46. Yeah.
Don't blend it like Beckham.
Oh!
This is not a blended. This is not a blended whiskey.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, 46 makes sense. That's not the number that he used.
I don't get this.
No.
I don't understand this. It does not compute.
I understand.
Where does it fit?
I understand.
Where does it fit?
Computer. Scotch.
Celebrity.
Single grain.
Celebrity.
Mediocre. That's what it would be.
Celebrity.
There's nothing off-putting about it. It's a mediocre single grain Scotch.
Celebrity.
Celebrity. David Beckham.
Yeah.
All right, Jules, take us out.
Tell us what you guys think in the comments below. Give us a thumbs up or thumbs down. Either way, just let us know. Subscribe for more videos from Curiosity Public. If you want to help our channel out, please consider joining Curiosity Private membership program here on YouTube. We are also on Patreon. We'll have a link for that. We got t-shirts. We have links for that. And we have a podcast and all major podcast platforms out there. As always, stay safe, stay healthy.
Take your ass.
We should get the Beckham on the show.
David Beckham.
Yeah.
Get the Beckham on the show.
The Beckham.
Yeah, because I wanna ask him what was he thinking.
He'd be like, I don't know.
Oh wow!
These losers.
No, your voice is way too deep.
Wait, he's married. Is he still married to Posh
Spice
Spice?
Girl. Yeah.
Wow, good for them.
Gosh.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Hey man, he's happy. He's living in LA, getting tattoos and putting out Scotch. He's partying. He's a part owner in some new team.
Galaxy. New team. Oh, yeah, no, you're right. LA Football Club.
Yeah, this
LAFC.
expansion team.
Yeah.
So I give him props. You know what? Diversify. Who cares? We've had celebrity spirits that are worse than this. That's all I'll say.
True. But usually on the tequila round.
True.
Yeah.
Well,
And those I find more offensive than this.
True.
But they're more flavorful, but they're still more offensive. This is like,
Because it's so middle of the road.
yeah.
no, I think it's not a
weird,
finished
man.
product.
Yeah,
though.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. All
It's
right,
not a finished product.
let's compare it.